Jesus knew you needed to see this. So I'm on a cruise ship right now in the middle of the ocean, and I'm reminded of a story in the Bible where Jesus was sleeping in a boat in the middle of a storm. And I'm not even gonna lie, I find that crazy because I feel the boat rocking on this ship and we're not even going through a crazy storm. Jesus was on a much smaller ship and they were actually going through a crazy storm. The Bible says the wind was going crazy, the boat was rocking, the water was getting in the boat. And meanwhile, what was Jesus doing? He was sleeping. He was out like a light, catching Z's in the back of the boat. And what were the disciples doing on the boat? They were freaking out. They were like, Jesus, what are you doing? We're about to drown. Don't you care about us? And maybe that's how you feel right now. You're looking up to God like, God, don't you care about me? Where are you at? But it's not that Jesus didn't care about his disciples. It's that he knew God was in control. It's not that Jesus didn't know how big the storm was. It's that he knew God was way bigger. There's a verse in the Bible where God says, when you go through deep waters, I will be with you. You will not drown. It doesn't say if you go through deep waters. It says when you go through deep waters. God never promised you an easy life, but he did promise to be with you in everything you go through. Having God in your boat doesn't mean you won't face any storms, but it does mean that no storm can sink your boat. Because if God's in your boat, you gonna stay afloat. You're not going under, you're going through. God never promised to take you out of the storm, but he did promise that the storm wouldn't take you out. God never promised to keep you dry in the storm, but he did promise to never let you drown. And the same way Jesus slept in a storm, Peter slept in prison, Daniel slept in a lion's den, I slept in math class. I'm just kidding. I mean, I did. But my point is that when you have God, you can have rest no matter your circumstance, because peace is not the absence of trouble. It's the presence of God. And God said he's a very present help in trouble. God's name is I am. Not I was, not I'm going to be, I am. That means he's present with you right now in this moment, and he's never gonna leave you. Can I get an A? Man, look what God just showed me. You are not gonna believe this. All right, so look really closely. Do you see that? So do you see that line right there that splits the sky from the ocean? That is what's called the horizon line, and that's as far as my eyes can see right now. And as a kid, I actually thought that that's where the ocean ended. I thought the world fell off a cliff right there, and that's where the ocean ended right there. But that's actually just as far as I can see. There's still more ocean beyond that. The world is very big, and I know somebody needs this because you've been looking at your life like it's the end, but there's more beyond it that you can't see right now. The Bible doesn't say you walk by sight. It says you walk by faith, because faith is not in what you see, it's in what he said. And what he said is that he has good plans for you. He said he finishes what he starts. He's writing your story, and he's the greatest author of all time. And so that means if you're still breathing, God's still working. And he said he's working all things together for your good. So if it's not good yet, God's not done yet. As long as God keeps waking you up, he still has a plan for you. You're not meant to know the end from the beginning. God knows the end from the beginning. God never asked you to figure it all out on your own. He just wants you to trust that he already has. He knows the end from the beginning. You're just looking at the horizon line right now. That's all you can see. It's like a puzzle. All you see is one tiny little puzzle piece. God sees the entire picture. A puzzle piece doesn't make sense on its own. This ocean right here, as far as I can see, it doesn't even make up 1% of the entire ocean. But yet it seems so big right now. It seems like this is the entire world, but there's so much out there that I can't see. And the same is true with your life. You might be looking at one thing you're going through right now, but it doesn't make up the entire story. God knows what he's doing even when you don't understand it. Can I get a A? Man.